Hey everybody, my name is Angel. I use they and she pronouns. I'm the program administrator at Aspect. And I'm used to saying that, but I really want to hammer down that we have 0 paid employees right now at Aspect. And that's a problem. It is a huge problem. When you look at our program hours and the amount of content we're creating and the amount of education hours and learning opportunity hours and support hours that we're putting in for the public to access, and we don't want to drop that in any way, shape, or form. But to not have anybody paid has resulted in me not being able to use my strengths that I bring to the organization to grow the programs, which is really quite sad um, when I think about it. So, as somebody who came into the King community when I was 18 and then found a broader community in my 20s, and assumed I was heterosexual. I mean, I've been married twice, I've got 3 kids, 3 grandchildren now, and didn't figure out that I'm not straight until I was 40. Um, which, just a heads up for anybody else assigned female at birth, if you have hot flashes only around a specific person, it might not be hot flashes. Just saying. Because that was my experience, and just figuring out gender at 50 and being just in awe of the youth that are being able to unpack this stuff in their teen years. But like my background comes from that and from raising a child who's on the autism and ADD spectrum, being on the spectrums myself. My partner's also on the spectrum. I've done um, social mentoring before behavior intervention was a thing, um, which makes me grateful because I don't particularly care for the way ABA works. But I've got those experiences. I'm a certified sex educator. I'm a registered sex coach. I'm just wrapping up a master's in counseling psychology. And I should be able to use that life experience and my education to enhance, develop, and implement a robust sexual health program. And instead, my hours are being used doing data entry and writing grants. And I'm dyslexic, so numbers, oh yeah, that's fun. I do the bookkeeping. I help create the budgets. I am the secretary, even though I'm not on the board. I take the meeting minutes. I create the agendas. I train the volunteers. I create the events. I maintain the social calendar. I do the marketing. Um, and these are all individual jobs, but we don't have money to pay people to do these jobs. So I'm still putting in 14 to 18 hours a day and 1 day off a week if I'm lucky. I might be able to get 2. And when I take a week off, like things go to shit because we don't have someone being paid to maintain this stuff, and asking volunteers to step up and give up on their opportunities to earn income in order to support a nonprofit. It's really challenging. And I get that. This should be paid work. So when we're talking about money, we're not talking about pay angel, although I think I should be able to get paid to do the sex education and create the courses because that's very valuable work. Um, we're talking about bringing in somebody to do the administration job so that people like Anne, who just stepped on the board and is a sexual health educator, and myself can focus on the education and the outreach parts. We're talking about having a part-time position for social media and marketing so that somebody who knows what they're doing can market our fundraisers and, do the grant writing and that kind of thing, rather than taking passionate people and not utilizing their skills to the best advantage of the communities that we're serving. So that's what we're talking about with the money. You can take a look at the fundraiser. It breaks down like every 25,000 what that money will be used for. And unless we meet the end goals, I'm not the one getting paid. They just want to be really clear on that. Like we have to hit that 100 to 125 mark before there are any funds to cover the hours that I'm putting in. But it will allow me to do things like build up my own business and to, create more sexual health classes. So, super important that, we're on the same page when that comes from. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the programs in the next video, or you can skip ahead to something that interests you.